Hello, hello, hello. I have my things set for down already, so you can't really see me because I wanted to have it all set up. I'm doing an early live today because, hey, is it not working? It shows that it's working. Where did I go? Did I go live on the wrong page? That would be perfect, right? No, there I am. All right, so I have it. I'm going early today because I have a hot date with the husband. So we're going to the movies tonight. So I'm going to work on a t-shirt for Father's Day. That's what I'm going to do today. I have no idea how long it's going to take. All I know is I have to be done by the time I got to go to the movies, which doesn't start until 6 o'clock. And it's only 4:30. So fingers crossed, hands to God, we'll get done early. Okay, so you don't get to see my gorgeous face today because I have this already set down, but you know me. I wanted to make a really cool Father's Day t-shirt. So I'm using my beloved vintage truck, which I love to use. I've done several lives using the vintage truck. And let me just get here. I want to show something that I have here. Oh, I think, I'm making a mess. All right. My bucket of flowers doesn't want to stay up. I'll get it later. I was going to show the mystery machine. That's the Surf's Up. It looks like a Vanagon truck that I'm going to do as well, but not today. I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. Okay, so this is another in the Father's Day gifts that I'm showing people. This can indeed be custom made to anybody's order specifications, which is cool because then you get to pick the color of the truck that you want to have. The body of the truck is in a color that you choose. All right, so that's kind of cool. And these shirts are 20 bucks, so it's a really good deal. For 20 bucks, you can get a really, really cute t-shirt. So if anybody's interested in a cute t-shirt for Dad, the Hoppin' Cool t-shirt, I shouldn't say cute, right? Hi, Maria. Hi, Cody. We are going to see tonight Godzilla, because I really like the kid that's in it. Her name is Millie Bobby Brown, and I am in love with the show Stranger Things. And so she's in it, so that's one of the reasons why I'm going, because she's adorable, and the scenes that I saw look kind of fun, and we kind of like those kind of mindless movies, you know. Really wanted to see Endgame, didn't get to see it yet because the closest place that's playing the Endgame now is like 45 minutes away. And we've just been too busy. It's absolutely insane. Just absolutely been too busy. So, all right, I'm just going to go ahead and share my video. I wonder if you can hear the beautiful breeze that's blowing in the yard. It is such a spectacularly gorgeous, gorgeous day. I'm very much enjoying having the windows open and just enjoying some beautiful weather. We've had a nice stretch. Oh, yesterday it was raining. Don't get me wrong. Yesterday was raining, but I don't mind an occasional rainy day. I don't like having an occasional nice day, because that kind of stinks, is to have an occasional nice day. So I got to share this now to my page, my personal page, so people can come on over and say howdy and see what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so for those of you who are stopping by or are watching this on YouTube, or stopping by and watching it on a replay, first of all, let me know that you're here. Just tell me that you're watching the replay, because I like to say hello to anybody who happens to be stopping by. And if you don't know what I'm doing, I am working with a really cool brand new product called Chalk Couture, although it's not really new for me anymore, right? Because I've been doing this for a couple of months now. They have developed these adhesive back silkscreen transfers. Okay, it's not a stencil, it's a transfer in there. It's got silk screen, so that gives it a nice smooth finish when you're making your product. They are washable and reusable, and the paste that we use that works on just about any surface washes off, so you can change your image, reuse your surfaces. But today I'm working with some ink, and our ink uses the same exact transfer, same exact process, but it's heat set with an iron or a heat press, and it becomes permanent. It is not nearly as forgiving as working with the Chalk Couture paste, so I always have the handy dandy painter's tape. So painter's tape helps you when you're working with small margins. So there's a small margin here. I want to make sure that it's not going to go off. If it was on a board, I wouldn't matter because I could just wash it off. But because I have small margins here, I'm using my painter's tape. That's going to stop it from bleeding out. Okay. I am still on the learning curve with this, with the ink. I'm getting better. I tend to be heavy-handed. So I'm going to try not to be too heavy-handed, but I don't want to be so light-handed that I don't get an image, because actually that has indeed happened to me. Okay, so my son is going to be coming in any minute, and hopefully he will be aware that I'm live. He might walk in. We just never know. He went up to Maine for a couple of days to visit with his girlfriend. How adorable. Her name is Molly. She lives in Maine. And so he's on his way back. 9-hour drive. Yikes. A 9-hour drive. Which is not bad if you're with people, but the poor kid, one of his, the person that was supposed to go with him kind of backed out. And so he ending up doing it all by himself. So, yeah. All right. So I'm inviting a few people, and now we're done. Okay. So give me some thumbs up. I see some hearts and thumbs up already, so that's kind of cool and fun. All right. So this is just a standard t-shirt. You pick them up at the big box craft stores for a really good price. I'm finding the quality of these so much better than they were just a few years ago. And what I have done is on the inside, I have placed our sticky mat. Now, of course, you can do this with any sticky mat. It's just a sticky mat. I know you can get them at other places, but ours are really affordable, and they fit nicely in an 18 by 18 pillow, and also work perfectly for these t-shirts that we do, that you can do with them. So, you can just find that online. Look, I made a little bump there. I don't think I'm going to be working down that far. Okay, so the sticky mat keeps it still. It also prevents the ink from going all the way through. Okay, basically, you want to measure from the bottom of the neck 3 inches. Okay, so I made a mark here with the magic pen. This is a pen. Hi, Jennifer. I'm so glad you stopped by. This is an ink pen that a heat removable ink pen. So when I go to heat this mark that I made here is going to just magically disappear. And I also marked the edges so that I know where the gone fishing is going to be. So if you work with fabric, this is a really cool little tool to have, because you can make your marks and you don't have to worry about them leaving any mark behind. As soon as it will, even when I use the blow dry on it, that heat actually has it disappearing. It's really kind of cool. Okay, so I am going to be doing Gone Fishing in green, and I want to have a red and black truck. All right, and I also have, I don't have brown for, I don't have brown ink, right? Let me just make sure and verify that. I'm pretty sure I don't have brown ink. So I'm not quite sure what to do about my fishing poles. I have turquoise and I have white, so, and pink, which isn't really going to do anybody any good. And I have silver and gold, so I might just do it in gold, because, you know, what, guys kind of like gold, right? Having a golden fishing rod. Oh, so I'm sure that I can mix colors to get brown. I just didn't have any foresight to do it because I just realized now. But fishing poles don't have to be brown. Fishing poles can be other colors. Maybe I'll make the fishing pole blue, or maybe I'll do that in yellow and the fishing pole's green. All right, we're ready to go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is Gone Fishing. Now remember, when you're working with the smooth, hi Charmaine, how are you, dear? Yeah, they're very useful. These sticky mats are very useful. Notice I put the B on the back of here so that I know where to put the transfer when I'm done. My cat just jumped up there and gave me a heart attack. All right, so I'm going to line it up to the marks that I made. This is the edge here, and that's the edge there. And hopefully it's nice and straight. If I were working on a smooth surface, you know that I would be fuzzing my transfer so that it does not stick so hard that it pulls off. That is just, it's off by a tiny bit. I'm going to move it down. But I want it to stick down, so I don't want to fuzz anything on fabric. I just want to put it straight on the fabric because I want it to be as firmly attached to the work fabric as I can get it. All right, so that's where we go. Now I'm going to do yellow, Gone Fishing in yellow. I want it to be a really bright, fun, summertime, springtime kind of thing, kind of color scheme. All right, here's my tub o squeegees. And I do have a tub of water behind me because when you're working with the transfers with paste, you don't have to worry about washing things off straight away. But when you're working with ink, you do want to wash it off so that it doesn't clog your transfers and give you a problem the next time you want to use it. The ink has a nice, smooth consistency. Unlike fabric, when you're working with ink, you want to try to go in one direction. So I'm going to try to remember, although I'm fairly sure I'm going to forget at least once, because I'm more used to working with paste, and so I kind of go in different directions. I probably could have put some painter's tape on that, but I didn't. It's okay. Just have to make sure I pay attention. And you see what I'm doing? It accumulates, the paste, the ink slides up, so then I just kind of flatten it down, and then I'm able to spread it at that point. Now this is a rather large opening, so it is going to use more paste, more ink. And when I do the bottom of the truck, the body of the truck, I should say, I should not have let that be dripping like that. Then yes, I will be using a little bit more ink, because the larger the opening, the more ink you need. So this is where I tend to get a little bit too heavy-handed, but I really want to make sure that this is got a nice thin coat of the ink. All right, I'm going to scrape the rest of the ink in there, and I'm going to move that far away from my work surface because I've been known to drop these things. Okay, so check your hands. You don't want to touch anything until you check your hands to make sure you're not touching it, the fabric, and getting ink on it, because it's not going to wash away. All right, let's see what I have here. I'm going to work my way to the center. Let's see. Oh, that's looking good, right? I'd be happy with a shirt that just says that, gone fishing. Very simple. That is a really cool little simple gone fishing, and I could put a little fish under it because it comes with a little fish. This is the vintage truck add-on for summer, and it comes with like 20-something transfers on the sheet. It's the largest sheet that we sell at 18 by 24. Oh, the pens. I thought you were talking about the sticky mats. The pens, you can get them at any fabric store. I think that I ordered mine from that online place that gives you free shipping. I'm pretty sure that's where I got them, but they're not expensive. I think I got 4 in a pack for like $9, but I think you can buy one for like $2 or $3. Okay, so there's the gone fishing. Very cool, like the way it looks. If I wanted to keep it simple, like I said, I could just take the little fish here, and it would be kind of like one of those Life is Good shirts where I could just put the fish, and then that's it. That would be totally fine to just have a nice simple t-shirt, but Donna doesn't do simple. Donna doesn't do simple, you know. That should be like the name of a blog. Instead of Donna does simple, Donna gets crafty. Nope, it should be Donna doesn't do simple. Why do simple? Okay, now, when I set up my truck, I want to make sure that I can feel, see, the mat is all the way out here, so I have plenty of leeway, and it's all the way down here before I need to worry about it going off. But I want to measure. I want to make sure that I have enough room. I'm going to put that, but then this is going to be over it. But then I also have the, what are these called? The fishing rods. So I want the fishing rods. So if I put that there, the fishing rods are not going to fit as well. So I want to make sure that I have enough room. I'm going to take the largest part of the truck. I'm just going to put it down here to measure it. I'm just going to line that up pretty much there. That's going to center it. All right, and I want to make sure that I have enough room for the little cooler and the fishing rods. And I think that I do. I think that's a good spot for it. All right, so I'm going to take this, kind of line it up there. It's not an exact science, but now I have it in the right place. All right, so who else is here? I see a bunch of people watching. If you are watching, say hello to me so I know that I'm not alone and that you guys are hanging out with my other friends here. All right. Let me just make a mark just to have it even in my head. All right. I'm hoping that that's even. Just going to put a little dot there. Of course, it's not going to make it so easy for me now. Oh, there we go. All right. So peeling the back off the transfer. you'll see some black spots on this. This transfer has been used about 5 times already. Just because some debris may be on there doesn't mean that the transfer is not usable anymore. As long as there's nothing on the silkscreen area, and as long as it still has some adhesive left, you don't have to worry about it. I got scared at first. The first, I'd like to say the only time, but it's one of the first of the many times that I ended up pulling my transfer off, and there was something stuck to it, but I ended up using it again without a problem. I wasn't willing to throw it away. All right, I'm standing up. I want to make sure it's straight. Looks a little crooked here. So I have my mark right there. So I'll make sure that it's as straight as can be. All right, and see, it's pretty much centered there. Just kind of slide it down. I had the mark somewhere there. All right. I don't want it too far down because I don't want the truck like sitting on some guy's poor belly, you know? I'm thinking that that should work. Yeah, that should work. Okay. I am going to make the truck. What did I say I was going to do? I was going to make the rods green. Oh, I'm doing the truck in red and black. Okay. So here's my red. All right. 1 second. So I have over here a t-shirt that happens to belong to my husband. And so what I want to do is just to verify for my own self that I'm putting this in the right spot. I'm going to take his shirt and I'm just going to lay it on there to see. Oh yeah, look, that's about right. And that's about right. That's where the words are here, and that's where the truck is. So the professionals say it should be good to go. Alrighty. Red trucks are rather popular, so I'm going to make a red truck. Now with this, I want to use my larger squeegee because the larger squeegee is going to give me a lot more width with which to ink. And I am going to put this painter's tape on the edge. Got to go back to work. All right, hon, I'll see you later. Have a great afternoon. I hope the weather's good where you are. So I'm just putting this here just because, like I said, I don't have a lot of leeway here. So I want to make sure that I'm not going to go over and put ink where I don't want the ink to be. All right, so here is my red ink. And with this, I'm going to put way more on than I normally would, but I know that this, see, I got a dot on my hand. You don't want to ever have that on your hand when you're touching your material. Okay, so let me see if I can move that up a little so you guys can see it a little bit better. I think I can. There we go. All right. Oops. Now I made it all mashugana under here. You guys familiar with the word mashugana? It's a Yiddish word that means a little screwed up. All right. So if you're here and you like what you see, you can get notices every time I go live by just clicking the little bell. The little bell will then send you a notice whenever I do a live, and you can come along and join the party. And you can always unsubscribe if you get tired of seeing me. That's fine too. All right, here we go. Now you can see, obviously, I'm going to be using, oh, see, that's a little close to the edge. Now I'm going to be using more ink on a larger opening of the a larger transfer opening, I should say. So there we go. So if you subscribe, that would be kind of cool. You can also subscribe on YouTube. Again, on YouTube, I have not gone live from YouTube yet. My camera is not really the best with YouTube, so I kind of have to finagle with that a little bit more. But there's only so much I can do in my day. I have some parties coming up, workshops coming up, so, but you'll get a notice whenever I upload a video if you would rather watch it on YouTube, or you can just sign up for notices here. See, I used almost all of that on that one because that is a large opening. It's a large silk screen area. All right, covering the paint. checking my hands. Check the hands. Look at that. Look at that hot mess. I do not want that anywhere near where I am working. This is water soluble, so I'm just taking a little bit of water and a paper towel and cleaning the ink off my hands. All right, nothing on my hands. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the blue tape off. And I didn't even go over, oh, a little bit over here, look, it did. All right, and we'll see how the bottom of the truck came out. Let's see. Let's see if I was too heavy-handed or heavy-handed enough. Where are we? All right. That's looking good. Very cool. All righty, I'm going to put this in the water, give it a quick swipe with my sponge here. I definitely want to keep these trucks doing good. I got a couple of workshops coming up. That's the cool thing about Chalk Couture transfers, that you can use them, wash them off, and then just use them over and over and over again. And you can use it until, you know, it's not sticky anymore. And they clean off really nice. I'm using the Chalk Couture eraser that is used to swipe down the transfers. You can use any sponge or cloth, but these really work nicely with that. I normally don't clean things off straight away because with paste it doesn't matter. Okay, so now that's done. Now, this is a little tacky, so I'm not going to put the truck on there right away. That has to dry. What I'm going to do is going to feel... Oh, there's a mosquito in here. Okay, that's getting tacky. I'm going to use my blow dryer just a little bit to dry it off a little quicker. Dry it up, I should say, a little quicker. And when I'm doing it, you can see the blue here. The blue here, you can see it's going to disappear. So that's drying up nicely there. Okay. It's tacky to the touch. It's still a little wet. That's okay. Dry it a little bit more, and then it should be okay to put the overlay on it. Alrighty. Now, this doesn't have to be 100% dry. I don't have to take it off and then put it with an iron. I don't have to do it like that. I'm just going to use, it's a tiny bit tacky and it should be fine. Some of the ink might come off, but I'm not going to press it down so hard that it should be much of an issue. Pulling the backing from the transfer. Apparently I used this one on the same project because there's a little bit of the black on there. And the cool thing with Chalk Couture is that they have them so that they line up rather, really, really neat, really easy. Of course, the neurotic one here has to have it exactly to the millimeter perfect, but we all have our issues. Okay, that one's got to go down that way a little bit, and there we go. Now you are supposed to see some of the red coming through the top. You absolutely are, because that's where the line of that's where the lines are going to show through. It's going to outline the red portion. Okay, I'm not pressing down hard on this area. That's where the ink is still a little bit wet. But I'm just pressing down along the edges so that it's nice and smooth. All right, now the black ink also is a very strong ink. You don't want to just be slopping it around near your project. That would be so sad because I'd have to put fish over it to cover the mistakes. The fish and the flowers, you can come up with creative ways to cover your mistakes when you're working with ink. You just kind of want to avoid it though, so I'm always wiping off my hands. All right, so here's the black ink. And again, I'm going to use a larger squeegee because the larger squeegee is going to take care of a larger area at once. All right, and I'm going to put quite a bit on here. What I am going to do first is I do want to have some blue tape here. because that's a little bit of close to the edge. I'm not quite comfortable with that. So making sure also that there's no ink on the paste that's going to get onto my shirt. All right. And you can put this vintage chalk on a bajillion things. I did a tray last weekend, and I'm doing another tray in 2 weeks at Trackside, which is now Share the Love Cafe in Honesdale. Okay, CJ Husley over there, and they are just the kindest, most fun people out there in our town. They kind of bought a town restaurant that is well loved. The original owners, they were well loved, and so CJ and her family, Curtis and her kids, have really just kind of like fallen right into taking the place, or really, can anybody take the place of Jeff, but really just filling the gap and having a nice, friendly, family-friendly kind of place with delicious food. Some southern foods I see. She had some shrimp po' boy a shrimp po' boy picture, and I was like, wow, chicky girl, I think I need that sandwich. But you see how we don't have a lot of space there, so I'm just going to put that there because I don't want to take a chance of it going off. That would be sad to me. And it's so much fun to work with Chalk Couture. It is relaxing. It doesn't need to be stressful. I mean, you know, no, the ink is not as washable as the paste, but it's still, uh-oh, that looked like it went under. No! See, I'm just talking about it not being stressful, and what do? I mess it up. All right, you see how I'm just flattening out the squeegee to get the ink down further here. There we go. All right. Just making sure it's covered. Oh, I forgot I missed the tail light. I want to make sure the tail light is covered. All right. Somebody's calling me. All right, I see the red there, so I'm going to put another little layer right where that red looked like it was kind of showing through. So I'm going to put that ink back in the jar. I'm going to throw my squeegee in the water. All right, checking my hands. See, look at that. Chances are, if I would to touch something, I would have left a mark. That would have been sad. All right, going to pull this off. And the ink does not dry as fast, so you're not under a super time crunch. I mean, it is going to dry, but not nearly as fast. And let's see what we got here. Oh, I think it's looking good. Why, yes, it is. Look at that. That is so cool. Hi, Laura. I'm glad you stopped by. The red pickup truck, the dad's gone fishing. That's right. That is really, really cute. Looking good. Okay, give me 2 seconds because I don't want to leave the ink sit in this transfer. I could do this truck transfer 100 times a day. Every time it comes out so cute. And, you know, just anything that you could think of. Pillows, aprons, t-shirts, signs. I have the trays for Father's Day. Black trays, they're catch-all trays for the hubbies. You know, how some men come in and they put their their keys and their change onto the table or the desk or the nightstand. And so I have these really cute trays for Father's Day. The trays are 20 bucks. The t-shirt is 20 bucks. So for 20 bucks, you can get a customized little thing for your hubby. All right, I'm gonna close the ink so I don't get anything on here. So if anybody's stopping by, thumbs up and hearts are always welcome here. If you send my little video out into the world of Facebook, that would be great because Facebook likes when people do that. Facebook also likes when people say hi. They don't like passers-by. They want people to say hello. Hello. All right, so I'm going to dry this on because I want to be able to put the fishing rods on here. So give me a second. again, it doesn't need to be bone dry. Tiny bit tacky. That's good. All right, I have my backing sheets that I'm just going to place over here. Start cleaning up my mess. And here are the fishing rods, and this is going to be a little cooler. All right, so I'm going to do the fishing rods in green. All right, I noticed that I didn't put a B. Oh, I did put a B on the back of that. All right, never mind. B on the back so that you know when you put your transfers back together, you know that it needs to go on the back, not on the front side. If you put it on the front side, it can ruin your transfer because the shiny is what helps keep your make sure it's not going too far away. The shiny side is what helps keep the adhesive working, and it helps avoid stretching of your transfers, because we know when we stretch the transfer, it's a fabric really, and it can't go back. Now look, I'm touching under here and I feel that there's a little bit of room there. And rather than get another sticky mat, it's just a small area, I'm just going to put like a piece of paper under there. No big whoop. I just want to make sure it doesn't bleed through to the other side of the t-shirt. All right, there you go. Now I can feel if there's something there. There's a little bump there, and I'm good. All right, so I'm going to do the fishing poles in green. All right. I think that the green is going to work well. Green? No, you know what? Maybe I'm going to, maybe I will do them, I don't know that I'm going to like the way that looks. I said I was going to do, I can do these in black, and I can do this part in another color. I want the fish to be green. Well, you know what? I'm just going to use green because that's what I think is going to work best. If I had thought about it, I didn't realize that I didn't have brown. I would have made brown using the green and purple. I wonder if I can just do that. Let me see. I have this little paint container, so I think, all right, so you guys can watch me, like, you know, experiment like the mad scientist that I can be. All right, I'm going to mix the green and the purple, and I think that that's going to give me a kind of a brown, which is what I want for the fishing poles. So I'm just going to take this little cup here, and I'm going to put a little bit of ink in the cup. I'm going to put more than I think that I need because I don't want to run out of it. That's not so much to make, but I want to make sure that I have enough. So I'm just going to mix the green and the purple and see what I have. It could be a complete waste of time, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try it. I'm going to put that there. All right, so here I put the pink, I put those two colors together, and I'm going to stir it up and see what I get. Even if it's just a different kind of green, I'm not stirring this over the shirt because I know that it could just drip or splat, and that just would be not a good thing. Oh, look at that. It is turning into a brown. All right. It is, look, can you see it? It's turning brown. We're good. All right. It's not our nice little perfect brown that we could buy, but it's pretty darn close. All right. Purple and green gives us a decent kind of brown that we can use. All righty. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put my stir sticks in the water. And now I can do my fishing poles. Okay. And with the fishing poles, I'm just going to use a mini squeegee because I think that that's going to fit very nicely. That's going to work really well. All right. And again, I know I have made more than I need, but at least I know now that I have enough. All right. There we go. Alrighty, that is looking kind of cool. See how fast it was? The colors mixed together really nicely. You can make custom colors, and you can really make truly unique items, especially if you make custom colors that other people can't get. Like this really cool brown that I made. And it was so fast to do so. Alrighty, there's our fishing poles. Okay, and there is the That's like a cooler. So I'm going to do the cooler lid in white because the cooler just kind of like, that's what the cooler top looks like, right? The cooler top is white. Here is white, and I'm going to use the handy dandy multi-tool. That's perfect to use for these smaller areas of inking and chalking. And again, if you're just stopping by, my name is Donna O'Shaughnessy, and my company is City Chick Chalk. My website will be donnaoshaughnessy.com, where we're going to be chronicling and the updating of our home. Our kids are gone, just about. So we have a home that is in desperate need of updating. We've been too busy paying for weddings and colleges and cars. Oh my. So that's part of what the blog is going to be, plus my Chalk Couture stuff. Plus I just love crafts in general. And I do lots of things other than just chalking. Chalking at the moment is my favorite. Check your hands. Any ink on your hands? All right, I'm going to peel this off. There we go. Oh, look at that. Well, I'd say that those are fishing poles, wouldn't you? How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Very happy with how this t-shirt is coming out. You'll be able to find it in the marketplace. I'm going to be putting them in local places. I can also ship if you want a t-shirt. I can do it in gray, black, and white, although I don't know that white would really be great for an outdoorsy kind of t-shirt, but I can do them in gray and black. Obviously, the black portion would be a lighter color. It would be red and white instead on a black t-shirt, or red and yellow, or just plain yellow, or yeah, well, a lot of options there. All right, moving that out of the way. Now I have my, ink. No. Is it after 5 o'clock? Holy bananas, Batman. Okay, let me cover some of these before I make a hot mess. All right, well, I need my pink and yellow and green. So I'm not really up on the exact color scheme of trout. So you're going to have to forgive me if this just ends up being like a generic fish. So if my husband were here, he'd be like, that striping is not what's on a cat. That's not a fish on a trout. Whatever. He's not here. Okay, I'm going to dry that little part here because I want the fish hanging on the hook. Okay, I'm not too concerned about the rest of that because I'm not going to be touching that. All right, so here's a little fish, and I want to make it look like a trout. And in my mind, a trout is green, but it also has like that pink and yellow spots on the top. So let's see if Donna can make a proper looking fish. Okay, so I want his little mouth to fit right by the hook. All right, there we go. Now, okay, so part of the hook is going to be covered by the fish. That's okay. I want it to look like it's in his mouth. All right. And I'm going to clean off my multi-tool. Oh, look at that. That would have been a mess, right? Ay, ay, ay. That would have been a mess. That would have been so sad. I guess everybody's done with their quick watching of Facebook. I'm glad that I'm doing this now, though, because I want to be able to get my lives in. I had a mess yesterday. Oy, what a hot mess. Our hot water heater broke. Life and times of the O'Shaughnessy clan. All right, so I have a little bit of the, oh no, I don't want purple. I wanted pink. A little pink, a little yellow, a little green. All right, let's see what I can do. See if I can work the magic and make it look like a trout. All right, there's green and yellow. There. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to put some green on the bottom there. Okay, I'm going to make it with a little bit of that. I'm going to mix it with a little bit of that brown that I have here, actually. That might be a really nice trouty kind of color. Oh, that's definitely looking trouty. Okay. So all I did was take a little drop of that brown and mix it with the green to make it look like a little more earthy, the way in my mind a trout would look. I have never seen a trout up close, I don't think. Okay, so that's the kind of color that we're going to get, and that's going to go on the bottom of the trout. or it just could be called a fish at some point, because maybe it doesn't really look like a trout. Okay, so I believe that the tail is all that brown and that fin up here. All right, but I'm thinking that that top portion has that little bit of like pink and yellow to make it kind of look trouty. Is that the word that I use? I want it to be trouty. I'm pretty sure that's not the official fishing kind of word for it. So I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow, okay, a little bit of yellow, and I'm putting it in this little stir thing. All right, and then I'm just going to take a little bit of the pink and see if I can turn it into some semblance of what is going on the back of the trout. Okay. Let's see. It's not quite dark enough. I'm going to put just a dot of that brown. I think that that brown might really... Oh, look at that. That's working for me. Again, I have no idea if this is the exact color of a trout. Okay, so I'm just going to touch the back of the trout like this because it's looking kind of brown and pink together. Alrighty. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that there are spots on the back of a trout. So whether these are the right colored trout spots, I have no idea. I'm just putting a tiny bit on the corner here, and I'm just going to put little dots. And we'll have to see if it looks close enough to a trout. All right, just kind of blending the two colors together there. I have no idea what this poor little fish is going to look like. Let's see what we have. Oh my gosh, that's kind of what a trout looks like, is it not? I'm thinking it does. I'm thinking it's very close. If it's not an exact trout, then it's very close to being some sort of fish species from a body of water. Because I am well versed enough in the art of fishing to know, I'm pretty sure that those fishing rods are freshwater fishing rods. How I know that, I have no idea. I have no idea. Look how cool that's coming out to be. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Now, the last question is, do I put the bait shop on there? I can put the bait shop on there. It's not an actual shop. It's just the words bait shop. Okay, and it kind of, I can put it, there it is. Okay, so I have the words bait shop. All right, so if I wanted to, I could put the words undergone fishing. I could put it here, or I could put it down here. All right. Or I can just put the oars undergone fishing. Not many people, there aren't anybody that stuck around to give me some advice. That's okay. I knew that I was going to go long. I think I'm just going to put these little oars under here. I think that's good enough for me. And I'm actually going to use the brown that I made because that's going to work very nicely for my oars. Yes, there is a canoe that you can put on the back of this boat, on the back here as well, but I chose to do the fishing rods today. So I'm just going to take some of this brown that we made. All right, mixing it up because I make sure that it's nice. Okay, that's a great looking outdoorsy kind of brown. And I'm going to make sure that that's even. It's looking about even, right? Give it another look-see. Make sure there's no ink on my hands. Yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty good. Alrighty, I'm going to do our oars and then I'm going to be done. This was fun to make. All right. Anybody out there has a husband or a dad or an uncle or somebody that you're looking for a really unique Father's Day gift, these shirts can be personalized. I can put someone's name on it. I can make the color of the truck in just about any color that you might like. I could put it on a gray shirt or a black shirt. I don't have a sample of the black shirt yet. All right, take this off and see what we have. That is a very adorable shirt. I am very pleased. Very pleased indeed. I'm just cleaning off my little oars over here so the ink doesn't settle inside of my transfer. And I'm doing a live. I'll be there in a second. And there goes the cat. My cat loves the kid. All right, so there we have it. How cool is that, Mal? I think that's looking like a really, really cool shirt. I'll get some pictures of it when it's set up on the mannequin so you can take a better look at it. See if you want to order one. And I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm going to go to the movies in a little while. And I will catch you guys. I'm not thinking later on tonight, probably tomorrow. All right. Have a great, great day, everybody. I hope you get to enjoy it. See ya.